NPP closes doors on SLPP independence. Things to remember from Mangala Sripathi alliance. Sajith bats for Roshan on a sticky wicket. Sudath Manjula tries to assault Minister Susil. Govt. MPs prohibited from leaving chamber during debate.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
NPP closes doors on SLPP independence. Things to remember from Mangala Sripathi alliance. Nowadays, Parliament is catching the attention of those interested in politics because of the budget debate. Sanath Nishantha has been punished for snatching the opposition leader's file. It's nothing more than 2 weeks of rest. At yesterday's debate on the president's vote, President Ranil was there making a statement. He assured that presidential and parliamentary elections would both take place next year. All parties take 2024 to be a year of elections, with some saying a general election is due in April, but the government hints at a presidential election in September. Those who were elected on the SLPP ticket, but now claim to be independents, are in a fix now, worried about what they should do at the event of parliamentary polls. Some tried to ally with Compass, but have been rejected. That party refuses to accept anyone corrupt. They do not want to go to the SJB either, although a few are already testing their chances with that party. Also, the anti-Rajapaksa alliance by Lanka, Anura Yapa, Duminda, and Amarawira of the SLFP are planning to enter the scene by January. Maitri has dismissed a proposal by Duminda and Amarawira duo to appoint Chandraka to a top position. Amarawira is also having his sights as the UPFA's General Secretary, intending to remove incumbent Thilanga Sumathipala from the position. The plan then is to get Chandrika to be its leader once again. Dayasiri has been saying that her support would be obtained to reorganize the UPFA. All in all, almost everyone in the new alliance agree that Chandrika should be the leader. Duminda and Lasantha are coordinating it. But the ex-president has ruled out contesting elections. Even Tamil and Muslim party leaders are eagerly awaiting her return to politics, because that alliance would have no place for the likes of Wimal, Gamanpila, and Athuraliyi Rathana. It is reported the new alliance is aimed at a general election, with a decision to consider matters if a presidential election comes first. Forming that alliance seems to be hurried, but even the UPFA was formed all of a sudden with the intention of allying with the JVP to face the 2004 general election. Mangala Samarawera laid the foundation for that new political journey, with Sripathi Suryarachchi as his coordinator. From the JVP, Nandana Gunatilake and Wimal Weerawansa did likewise. Wimal was against forming an alliance with parties linked to the SLFP. Sripathi entered the game and tried his utmost to revive a dormant party. He succeeded. He managed to do it through Victor Pereira's Bahujana Nidahas Paramuna for free. The promise was to give Pereira a top government position through Mangala. As promised, he was appointed to Rupavahini Corporation. Thereafter, everybody forgot him. Anyway, Chandrika, Mangala, Sripathi, and the JVP all agreed to keep their taking over of that party a secret. First of all, they changed the BNP's office bearers and informed the election chief, who accepted it. The new appointees were those who were employed by Mangala at his home. Leading them was Malini, who was later given a job at Rupavahini. The JVP proposed several symbols for the party. Wimal's sheaf of beetles was rejected by the election commission. In the end, Chandrika sent a betel leaf hand-drawn by her, which was accepted. Even today, it is that party's recognized symbol. Mangala's office bearers were the ones who changed the BNP's name to UPFA. Chandrika wanted Susil Premajayantha, overseas at the time, appointed its general secretary. That alliance was formed by the SLFP, JVP, SLMP, NUA, MPP, DUNF, and the DJVP. Just before the election, the CPSL and the LSSP signed a MOU with the UPFA to contest under its betel leaf symbol. At the 02 April election, it polled 45.6% of the votes and won 105 out of the 225 seats. By April next year, the JVP left the alliance, making Chandrika's a minority government. Now, the new alliance is coming with a history of such a political background. That is for everybody's general information. Sajith bats for Roshan on a sticky wicket. Cricket is still the issue without an end that accounts for most time of Parliament. President Ranil said yesterday that Parliament is a place to pass laws, not for play acting, which anyone is free to do outside. He proposed sitting should take up the main issues in the agenda within an hour, as that was not the case presently, and are raised only towards the afternoon sometimes. But the opposition leader has taken a much liking to cricket. He is trying to rid it of fraud and corruption. He has now become the hero, replacing Roshan. Taking it politically, there is nothing wrong in that. But the concern is people's real issues get forgotten. For Anura, he has understood the reality of things, just like he did during Aragalaya. Cricket was also the topic in courts. The sports minister got an earful from his former advisor Sudath Chandrasekhara. Sri Lanka, cricket too, reacted to him at a press briefing. Its chief Shami said SLC would lose $100 million due to the ICC ban. He said SLC members, not politicians, would continue to take decisions. The minister's interim committee should be cancelled if the ban is to get lifted, he also said. He stressed that the ICC took note that 3 national sports bodies had been banned under the minister in recent times. A main reason for the cricket ban was his demand for a 20% cut from SLC, it was said. He made the request kindly first, but became demanding later, said Shami, who also claimed a former cricketer was to be blamed for the ban. After that claim, Shami's backers in social media has nicknamed Roshan the 20%, taking after Basil's Mr. 10%. Those watching last night's TV news were in for a treat together with their dinner. Some blamed Shami, while others took it on the mothers of Sajith and Roshan. President Ranil made a revelation during his speech that he had asked the Attorney General to represent the sports minister, at his request, in the case filed by SLC. But when they arrived, it was past 10:30, and the ruling had already been delivered, he said. Ranil said he would ask the minister for a report on that. A different ruling would have been possible had they been in court on time, he added. Things are getting clearer. Ranil is making matters difficult for Roshan, for him to resign on his own or to remove him after the budget. But Sajith would be a real gentleman if he fulfills his promises to Roshan. If not, it will be the end for Roshan. Sudath Manjula tries to assault Minister Susil. The SLPP media unit said Kegal District's Sudath Manjula, an independent, tried to assault Education Minister Susil Premajayantha in the chamber yesterday. According to reports, Manjula has spoken to the minister about a schoolboy's matter and handed him a letter. Susil had said sternly that he would not do to the bidding of someone's letters. An angry Manjula had retorted in filth and tried to assault him. Those around them at the time took the minister from the office of the Leader of the House to the office of the Chief Government Whip. Such is the behavior our people's representatives. They promise gentlemen's politics, but forget all about it once in power. Govt. MPs prohibited from leaving chamber during debate. Ruling MPs have been prohibited from leaving the chamber for the duration of the committee stage budget debate. The president is paying much attention to that, notifying the office of the chief government whip about same. This is due to fears that the opposition would defeat ministry votes at the first opportunity of a minority presence of the government in the chamber. So much so, NPP's Anura Kumara suddenly demanded a vote on the allocations for former presidents under the votes of the incumbent. A vote took place, and the proposal was passed 62-3, with the 3 NPP members opposing. Some SJB members, including Iran, were absent at the vote. According to pro-NPP social media, Anura knew he cannot influence the outcome when he asked for a vote. Among those benefiting from the president's votes is the mother of the opposition leader. Although the SJB does not oppose this as a policy, they could not vote due to her sake. Therefore, they had already boycotted. This situation points to a bitter truth in Sri Lankan politics. Good policies are much spoken and debated about, but are very badly betrayed at practical level. It is no different for the leftists or the rightists, government or opposition. For most in Parliament, policy is just another 6-letter word. That's it for today.